Hello. Oh, shoot.
My background.
I was gonna do like a chill Power World stream today, but a video showed up on my recommended. It like showed up this morning for me, and I watched like the first 10-20 seconds of it. Then I stopped. I'm like, I should watch this on stream. Are any of you chronically online, or at least on Twitter? There's a thing that happened like yesterday or the day before. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. Sometimes I get like art recommendations from an account called Saxy. Saxy is like an account where they show off Vegan, Skeb, and Pixiv artists, and they share their links for people for commissions and stuff, and to share artists and things like that. That's my only connection to Saxy. Like I'd follow the account to see like recommended artists. Like, oh, that's some pretty nice art. Maybe I'll commission them later. and I bookmark artists that I wanna commission later. Like yesterday or the day before, I was seeing something. I was seeing like a document. Twitter and their documents exposing people. There was a document about Saxy. I'm like, wait, are we talking about the same Saxy? The Saxy that just likes to show off artists and share artists with the community? That Saxy? I almost was like, this can't be the same Saxy. This gotta be like a different account with the same name or something. But it is the same account. I'm like, oh. I didn't read the document because I don't know. It was a fucking long document. I didn't want to read that. I was at work. I can't spend my workday reading a document, you know? I was gonna read it later, but then a video showed up on my YouTube recommended where Evanito, technically not a VTuber, like he has a VTuber model and he covers VTuber stuff. Like I don't want to call him a drama channel either. He like just covers stuff that happens. And he's friends with a lot of VTubers. Not me. I wish. I like Evanito. But Evanito like posted a video today, this morning for me while I was on my way to work. And I saved it so we can watch it here today.
Hard enough. And today we're going to discuss
Can you
how
hear it?
one man gained the trust of literally thousands of
Yeah. I'm expecting a nothing burger. Well, we'll see.
Gaining trust in any community is already hard enough. And today we're going to discuss how one man gained the trust of literally thousands of people in the VTuber community,
Including
today
me.
We're talking about SaxyClips, a guy who
It was just a really
basically
nice art
manipulated
account.
an entire generation of VTubers, a man who myself trusted, and many, many others. Now, I'm not saying that I'm necessarily a victim here. However, we were all fooled by this man's lies because an anonymous Twitter account came out recently that said Choki isn't real. Now,
Choki's a girlfriend.
Story you're about to be caught up here in a second.
Choki isn't real is like a reference to Choki, who the person behind Saxy was saying was like their girlfriend. Like they were in a relationship with. God, they were in a relationship with someone named Choki, and the account is basically saying Choki ain't real. She don't exist. She fake.
But basically, this tweet by this anonymous account called Choki Isn't Real said, Saxy's behavior encourages the objectification of women, and on multiple occasions, Saxy has stolen images and claimed them as his own. More notably, pictures of his girlfriend, quote unquote, Choki, whose pictures are actually a beauty influencer named Lee. So right off the bat, we are told that this man's girlfriend was never real. This man made it all up, and we're gonna go into this 14-page document here in a second. But before we do that,
I like to say, it's one thing to use like someone you don't know pictures and claim that they're your girlfriend. That's like a 5-year-old saying, my girlfriend lives my girlfriend goes to another school. See, that's her over there. That's my girlfriend. But she goes to another school. She's gonna move to Canada soon. Like, that's one thing. It's another thing to use a beauty influencer's pictures and then think that nobody's gonna fucking notice, you know? Like at some point, someone's gonna recognize that Choki looks very similar to a beauty influencer. So, I don't know.
Do that. I want to just go to Sax's Twitter account because, in his bio, funny enough, he says, I mess around. And I think what he meant to put there was, I'm a goddamn liar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not upset over all of this. I'm furious because let's read the TLDR. And like I said, we're going to hop into it, right? 14-page document starts off with a TLDR. It says, Saxy's behavior encourages the normalization of harassment and objectification towards women within the cosplay and VTuber community. On multiple occasions, Saxy has stolen images from smaller accounts and claimed them as his own. More notably, pictures of his girlfriend, quote unquote Choki, who is not real and are actually images of a Japanese beauty influencer by the name of Lee. And if you just go to her Twitter, you can see that it is this person here, this cosplayer, or you can go to her Instagram. Who we are in contact with and have made her and her agency aware that her pictures are being used without authorization. She has decided to give no public statement, so please be respectful and do not bother Miss Lee or anyone else mentioned in this document. And as per usual, guys,
it's nice that they contacted her and let her know what's going on. Like, hey, we know a guy who's been taking pictures of you without your consent or knowledge and claiming that you're his girlfriend. So it is nice that they reached out to her and let her know.
We're talking about here today, but let's continue. Now, they have a goal and a purpose. We are making this document to bring awareness to the situation and to hopefully discourage disrespect towards women. As many people in the community look up to and idolize Saxy for his tweets fetishizing women, we wish for people to use this as an example to not follow in his steps, nor further encourage and engage in his behavior.
This is my Japanese girlfriend who's totally real.
Publicly apologize to the followers he's lied to and the people he stole images from, especially to Miss Lee. We hope that this document.
Yeah, my girlfriend lives in Canada.
Up towards online harassment like this. Now, essentially, what it is Saxy basically went out of his way to create this narrative on Twitter, right? To catch you up to speed. On his Twitter, he was talking about how he was visiting his girlfriend because I guess he had gone to Japan and he was visiting her, and he would basically just talk about how wonderful she is. Never really shared photos of her, but just talk about their sexual misadventures, if I may.
But he openly talked about their sex life?
More so known on his Twitter for basically going ahead and just tweeting some insane things to women, saying that they're
like, why does he use a beauty influencer? I don't know. There could be plenty of reasons why he chose a beauty influencer. Probably to make it like a beauty influencer like generally looks more beautiful than the average person, so it's like a boost to his ego. Like, hey, I'm dating this beautiful person. Yeah, also like an ego boost to seem cooler and stuff. You tend not to overthink white lies before they snowball.
Photos of her, but just talk about their sexual misadventures, if I may. Prior to that, Saxy was more so known on his Twitter for basically going ahead and just tweeting some insane things to women, saying that they're hot and very attractive, and how he wanted to do things with them sometimes. Maybe not as explicit as that. Maybe more explicit than that. I really don't remember exactly what he said in half of his tweets.
I never knew about Saxy's personal Twitter. I only knew about the account where they shared the where they shared artists and their commission information. I only know that account. I never knew about Saxy's personal account. I never knew Saxy had a personal account up until the document. Nirvana still hasn't said hi. Hi, Neo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my stream.
But essentially, he would say these things to these women on Twitter, and they would follow him back, probably due to the fact that he has a large Twitter account following, and they probably just trusted him because, let's be real, bigger number, better person normally. And I even do that, where when I see a larger account, I feel inclined to follow it because I'm
bigger number, better person. Yeah, a lot of people tend to think that a person with big numbers it's at least a morally good person. But we've seen in recent times, actually this year, that's not always the case. I.e., Dr. Disrespect. I.e., what's her name? Eben Chris Tyler, like that whole situation that's going on right now.
I'm like, well, there are other people in this community who have clearly followed
Ava,
this
yeah.
large influencer, so maybe they've been
Thank
vetted,
you,
maybe
BB.
they're trustworthy, and therefore I follow them myself. That's just how I've done it. That's just how a lot of creators do it in general. And maybe we have to change something about that because, as you'll see, Saxy stole images. Saxy has been stealing images from multiple smaller accounts.
Yeah, Sky does
We only
Minecraft.
discovered a few of the original posters, but there might be more images taken from other social media, which is not easily traceable with reverse image searching. For example, on June 19, 20.
That's partially why I don't want to get too big. Like, I kind of like staying here in my little tiny small circle with you guys. Because I worried if I get too big that I'm going to let it get to my head. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be tainted by big numbers. You guys keep me humble, okay? Keep me small, please.
2024, Saxy posted an IV drip hospital picture implying that he was hospitalized from having sex with his girlfriend. The picture was originally posted by a Korean animator, Aroso, when they were hospitalized
Get you big, got
on
it.
New Year's of 2024.
Okay, go back. Sorry, Evan. Saxy has been stealing images from multiple smaller accounts on Twitter. We only discovered a few of the original posters, but there might be more images taken from other social media, which is not easily traceable with reverse image searching. What? For example, on June 19, 2024, Saxy posted an IV drip hospital picture implying he was what? Hospitalized from doing the dirty. How? How does that happen? What, you just slipped and fell while doing it off the bed and down the stairs? How did that happen?
2024, Saxy posted an IV drip hospital picture implying that he was hospitalized from having sex with his girlfriend. The picture was originally posted by a Korean
She broke his
animator,
ribs from doing him so
Aroso,
hard.
when they were hospitalized on New Year's of 2024. So if we go ahead and we look at Saxy's, tweet, it says, "I lived, mother freaker. You can't kill me with that AAA snooze." And it's just this picture, and it says, "Guys, my dick is fucked," implying that he and his girlfriend that he led people to believe is real had a very wonderful night of, beautiful.
So wonderful you ended up in the fucking hospital? Bro gives off small PP energy. Like, if you gotta hype it up this much by claiming that you went to the hospital because you fucked so hard, come on.
Beautiful sex.
That's overcompensating.
But then here's the original image from Osro. Says Happy New Year, and this is just the same image. They posted this, earlier that year around New Year's. It says, 1/1/2024, as opposed to Saxy's clip, which was 6/19/2024. So clearly, Saxy just stole this photo from this random Twitter user, which is insane. Why and how did they even get this picture? Like, did they just go around Googling images and stealing from random Twitter users? Why would anyone do this?
This shit reminds me of that video of where that guy's down there region basically broke like cardboard. I don't even want to look that up, Neo. Gotta impress my Twitter mutuals. I gotta get my Twitter updates. I gotta be praised for having sex so much that it sent me to the hospital. I gotta praise that I had sex so much that I went to heaven and died.
I don't know, but I mean, I guess we'll get to that.
Gotta impress his Discord king.
The next images will be some of the pictures he's taken from other accounts. Please keep note of the dates posted. Each image will be linked to the respective tweet. Additionally, Saxy's tweets will have archived versions, right? Saxy has this picture where he says, "When she wore that gothic little outfit on our..."
Actually, I can't really say I understand the thrill of trying to impress random internet people. I mean, if people like my shit, I'm happy that they like my shit, but I'm not looking for it, Like, is it a lying to yourself scenario? It's like ego boosting. Like, compensating yourself.
First day, I knew this woman might just be the one. And there's this beautiful picture of them at, I guess Disneyland. It says Zippity Lady, which this looks like Disneyland. I don't know. I don't really remember.
I've never experienced like an ego trip or an ego high myself, But from what I saw, from what I see from like other people on the internet, those ego highs are fucking insane. Like they make you do some crazy shit, dude.
Half the stuff that is in Japan, okay? But if you look, it is Disneyland. If you look at this person, Attractions 360, they posted about Tokyo Disney and is the exact same picture. They posted this picture on June 12th, 2024. Saxy posted their picture on June 13th, just 24 hours after the Tokyo
I don't get
Disney
egos
account
highs
posted
that
this
come from lies. It's like, yeah, I get what you mean. You know it isn't real. You it's like a thing where if you say it to yourself enough, you'll believe that it's real. And at that point it's just like second nature, you know? Like it just like it's not a click in your head anymore. Like, oh, I should do this thing. I should post this. Ooh, I see this. I saw someone posted this thing from Tokyo Disney. I should post it on this account. If you've already done it so much, at that point it's just autopilot, you know?
picture, Saxy decided.
Yeah, it's lying to yourself so
repost
much that you
the
convince
exact
yourself that
same
you
picture
are that person.
just to have people believe that they were at Disneyland with their girlfriend. Right? They're a fake Disney adult. Exactly, chat. That's really upsetting to me as a real Disney adult. Right? You know, there's more though. There's more.
Do you even like Disney? You're stealing people from Disney adult pics. Do you even like Disney? Have you ever been to Disneyland? Have you even been to Disney World? Have you watched a Disney movie? have you taken anything Disney related once in your life? Why are you doing this? Like, what's the point?
Said that, yeah, oh yeah, Cosplayer San gave me a bento as a gift. Cosplayer San being one of his friends, as he commonly referred to his friends as cosplayers 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? And it's a beautiful bento picture.
Like, I can forget the lying about the girlfriend. Don't lie about Disney. Not Walt Disney. Leave Walt alone. Have you even met Walt Disney?
But again, this picture was posted on June 7th, 2024. The original picture was posted by Kume-san Piro on April 28th, I believe. I 4/28. I'm bad at this right now. January, February, March, April. Yeah, April 28th, 2020.
Evan, I don't want to make fun of you, Evan, but have you heard of a 28th month? I'm sorry, Evan. April 28th, Evan.
Before. So a few months prior to Saxy's post, you know, and this happened multiple times. So at this rate, it's not just something that they did maybe once or twice. It's something that they apparently did several times. Saxy,
bro, on auto mode.
The tweets we've seen so far seems to come off as a pathological liar, right? And that's not okay. So it begs the question, what else are they lying about? Again, another picture of bento box posted on June 25th. The original poster, Wakokudo, posted the exact same image a month prior on May 29th, right? Now, here is the main issue that people are having with Saxy. The fact that Choki isn't real. Choki,
she lied.
You know, Saxy's alleged girlfriend named Choki isn't real. Based on the prior evidence, we could determine that it was lying about the existence of Choki the entire time.
I can imagine that Saxy is just in his room and he's like he has like one of those body pillows and has Choki on one side. Or like Choki on both sides. He's just hugging it. Ah, my Choki. My beautiful Choki. And dude.
We want to further back this claim of Choki's existence being fabricated by Saxy by providing more evidence based on his tweets, as well as discuss what this means in terms of sexual harassment towards women and his influence normalizing the fetishization of women within the community. The images once again were of the cosplayer influencer Lee Ree, and prior to contacting Miss Lee Ree and her agency, they were not aware of the situation involving Saxy in regards to the unauthorized use of Miss Lee's photos, as well as defamation on the account of Saxy using her face to represent Choki. We are hoping the situation does not escalate to the point of legal action. Realistically, it probably won't. If they're an agency, they won't care. This is just some delusion fan. We will not release any screenshot of our conversation with Miss Lee and her agency.
Is that what it is? Like, was Saxy like a big fan of the beauty influencer And he got so parasocial that he made up a girlfriend using the beauty influencer's image as a way to like role play him dating her.
With them to resolve this issue. So yeah, some of the images were edited to add in to loosely translate text in yellow. Below is the cached version of a previously deleted tweet that was unable to be archived. The image is one of the first posted pictures of Choki that Saxy had posted on June 15, 2024. So yeah, this is one of the first times he said that he had a girlfriend, aka some cosplayer that he led people to believe was known as Choki, but then he never went ahead and showed any of us who she was. I mean, he would just make several tweets about this alleged girl that he was interested in, and eventually.
As someone who's worked with influencers for over half a day, as someone who's worked with influencers for over half a decade, you're old, Domo. I'm sorry. Half a decade. It happens to a lot of people, but not everyone. Yeah, I see it happening sometimes. Dying Vana. I am super old. What would be even worse is if he created a whole account for the fake girlfriend. Yeah. That would have been much worse.
Started to see, and this is one of those images. I do remember seeing like some of these images, and my first thought initially was, ain't no way he pulls like that, right? Which, to be fair, I know that's a little bit mean, but like when you're in the VTuber community, it's kind of hard to bag.
Yeah, when you're a virtual anime girlfriend or boy, or like when you're a virtual anime girl or boy, you're not pulling these. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not pulling real life hot guys that look like they're straight out of an anime. Okay. I know for a fucking fact the guy that's posting uh art art profiles on the daily is not pulling this. Okay.
A hottie. It's not actually. You just have to have riz. And I doubted that this man had that much riz. I'm gonna be real. I doubt a lot of things, and I doubted that he had that.
As far as the benchmark of all ages concerned, you two are old. I'm only 23. I'm not old. Well, I guess according to the VTuber community, I'm old. Because apparently people over the age of 25 are like elderly in the VTuber community. So I'm almost elderly compared to everyone else.
But then I started to second guess myself. I was like, all right, well, maybe he does. All right, maybe he actually did pull that. Maybe he bagged a baddie. And you know, I'm glad that my thought was right, because I don't know, the tweets that he was making didn't.
Average VTubers are older than you, Nirvana, 1000%.
A 10-foot radius of him. I remember at one point actually, on one of Saxy's tweets, I was like, your life can't be real.
I don't know. I just saw like a random tweet of like someone posting like a retirement home agency or like a group, and they were looking for people, and the requirement was like you're 25 and older. I'm like, what? 25? That ain't that old. I'm like, I'm almost old. I'm almost 25. Am I that old? Do I have gray hair?
Here we are months later, and it happened to just be that. Now, let's continue. All right, left. This is the post that originally Miss Lee posted on June 12, 2024. And the right is Saxy's post, Saxy's DMs with Choki, where Lee's picture is posted. So he even fabricated
using the same image,
you know, between them, just to make it seem as if though some fake girlfriend was essentially sending him these images or whatever. Now, here's the crazy part. All right, here's a theory that I surmised in my head, guys. This is probably not true whatsoever, but like, what if like she actually is real? What if Miss Lee was actually secretly seeing Saxy? That part is not true. Okay, I'm just making this up in my head. But like that would just be the craziest twist to this story. And I know it's not true, but man, it would make everyone look so crazy. But that was like my initial thought. But like more and more as I went through it, I realized, oh, yeah, there's no way that's happening, right? Like, there's no way. But anyway, let's continue, right? Here are the fabricated DMs that he had tweeted. Babe, what do you mean by that? Where, you know, he took a picture from Miss Lee's page and, you know, just made it seem as though she was saying, miss you. And then he said, I'll visit you tomorrow. And then, you know, she said, your punishment is no breaks, right? And, you know,
Notice how like the thing cuts off. Like you don't see like the like the message thing, like send a message, or I guess it wouldn't show up if in this hypothetical situation she was real, that the profile will be at the top, or like the contact thing. But you notice that the message thing at the bottom where you like type a message and like the emoji thing isn't at the bottom. Why would you randomly cut out that part?
Honestly, I'm not saying that it's like unlikely that a woman would say something like that, but I was just thinking initially when I saw this image was it's unlikely that someone would say that to him. I don't know. Like, it just, like, I know that some people have Riz, but like there are levels to this, right? Like, maybe they had known each other for a very long time, but from what it seemed like, they had just recently had met, like through the interactions and stuff that he was posting about them on Twitter. And like, it just didn't seem like a relationship would have spawned that quickly, you know, from what I had thought. But yeah, when you go ahead and you look at her Instagram, this is an image from her Instagram. It says Leary right there, so you guys can see. And yeah, you know, he posted another image of her where he just said new, and it was just post images of
she is going for like a certain style.
Again, no, it's just Leary. The
eyes do kind of creep me out.
So yeah, Leary is not Choki. All right. Please do not harass any artist that drew Choki in Miss Lee's likeness. It's assumed that Saxy provided Miss Lee's image to the artist to draw for him. This is further evidence that Saxy used Miss Lee's images and likeness in his fictitious girlfriend. While using Miss Lee's likeness in numerous tweets, Saxy depicts Choki as a perverted Japanese cosplayer girl. In many tweets, he goes into explicit detail about their alleged sex life. We tried to provide as many examples of these not safe for work tweets as we could get to our points across that Saxy's depiction of Choki, which exploits Mrs. Lee and her likeness, is considered sexual harassment. Online sexual harassment should be taken seriously, and it's absolutely unacceptable for Miss Lee's face and image for Miss Lee's face and image to be used or portrayed as a false, perverse narrative of her that is shown to over 30,000 followers. Which is right. This man literally would go ahead and essentially talk about how he's sleeping with this woman who he led everyone to believe is his girlfriend.
I don't think we have a picture of him.
Right? No, there's nothing that you can like,
from what I understand
that is okay about that.
All the pictures that he's allegedly showed of himself or like some of his body parts are not even his. There's not even images of him. So I don't think we even know what he looks like.
Right? You can't just take a random woman's images and say, oh my God, guys, this is my girlfriend. We're doing really crazy things today. Today we had sex upside down. Like, that's wrong. You were literally doing this without their consent. That could make a person absolutely uncomfortable. I'm sure that if he had told her, she would still feel very uncomfortable with this. Like, I cannot imagine a single human being that would just be okay with a random individual taking their images and then creating an entire sexual fantasy around that. Right? Like, that's just not okay. Yeah, it is absolutely uncomfortable for sure. Right? And yeah, he went ahead and, you know, had art made. Here's examples of the artwork. Right? And then, you know, the fictitious conversations that he, you know, also, let's see. Oh, I guess this is not a fictitious conversation. I guess this is a conversation that he had with an artist, to make this artwork. But, you know, as we saw earlier, he did have fictitious conversations with his girlfriend, Choki, as well. But yeah, and he led everyone to believe that this stuff was real. Here's a caption from him. I may be making humor out of this, but I'm not kidding when I say my balls are drained. Implying that Choki, who we now know is Miss Lee,
TMI,
or alleged fake girlfriend, you know, drains his balls. Again, very uncomfortable to just have these images made, right, of someone who just did not consent to this and is not your partner in any right, you know. And then, you know, here are the fake conversations within him.
In general, why would you share these on Twitter. in general. Like what? That's just straight weird, dude.
And alleged girlfriend Choki, did you put
Whether
your
the
panties
girlfriend's
in my
weird or
suitcase?
not.
Now we will be together forever, implying that like he has this extremely hypersexual cosplayer girlfriend, right? That like, you know, he was just him. Ain't no way this girl put yesterday's pair of panties in my suitcase. Okay, Choki, I guess I'll put it on my shrine or something. Which is an insane statement to make.
Shrine?
Right? Like, I don't care who you are, but like tweets like this have always just been crazy to me. Right? Like, just I get trying to say and showcase that your girl is the greatest woman on the planet. I mean, I've done that before, but never to the degree where
it's one thing to like say, oh, my girlfriend's amazing, I love my girlfriend so much, my girlfriend's so beautiful and amazing and perfect and I love her and I can't wait to stay with her forever. It's another thing to straight up share with the entirety of the internet that your quote unquote girlfriend put their quote unquote panties in your quote unquote dresser in this fictional narrative. That's another thing.
I'm just like, this woman is the goddess of sex, and you guys should all be jealous because here's how sexual and crazy my girlfriend is. She is so good at giving head that I need to tell the world.
She's the hottest woman in the world,
right? Like that
versus she
gross.
drained my balls and tried to put
regard.
me in the hospital.
And, like, I think that him doing this, he definitely has a responsibility as a creator to hold himself back, right? And, you know, with the amount of followers that he has, he definitely should not have been saying some of this stuff, right?
Whether she's real or not.
Definitely beyond parasocial chat. That is absolutely correct. I think that at this point, Saxy, you know, I don't know where this narrative started, but at this point, he was too far gone, right? Maybe he made the first initial tweets as a joke and then realized that it got him a metric crap ton of like followers and likes, that he just kept doing it. Because
no,
the thing,
I don't think it was a joke. I think he genuinely really thought this. Like, he deluded himself into thinking she was actually his girlfriend.
about you know, having a huge follower count, like I said, is that people will look at that high number.
I don't think this started off as a joke at all.
A metric to
I think this probably been started before he even made the account. Right? And he already had the obsession with the beauty influencer.
Because again, bigger number equals better person. So for Saxy, he basically got a lot of people to follow him just by having that high number. And I don't know how he initially got such a high number, but a lot of people did end up following him.
Who bookmarked this? 12 bookmarks? Who? Put them on a list.
Myself including, like I said, because he just had a high number. And, you know, we'll see in later parts of this document that a lot of cosplayers that he would interact with would eventually follow him. Again, probably because of that high number, and thought, okay, well, this guy can't be a creeper, can't be a jerk, because obviously he's vetted by so many other people, right? And that is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. Here's another tweet by Saxy. I'm just going to say it. I destroyed Choki last night. That gothic Lolita outfit truly unleashed something within me. Something about the frills and the dress and the black bows and pearls really got me down bad. I didn't even know I had that kind of energy myself. I'm struggling to read this. Not because
hey, why the fuck are you hyping yourself up like that?
She convulsed multiple times, which
what?
just made it worse for her.
What? Take her to the hospital.
Turns out all it took was an outfit change. There was so much more I want to say that I know I shouldn't say here, but I'll just tell y'all this. That was the best experience of my life. This
you could have killed her, dude.
Like a teenager writing a fanfic.
Take her to the hospital. Like she convulsed.
Sounds like a teenager writing a fanfic, which is insane. And again, I would see tweets like this. I didn't really interact with them quite a bit, like at all, but I would see tweets like this and I would literally sit there and think, that is a little insane. It just sounds like a story, right? Side eye, I know, right? The tweets give off such immense teenage energy. It's like one person who is trying to fit in and they go overboard with the details and everyone just stares at them. No, exactly, 100%. Like like when you go into this much detail, how is anyone supposed to believe like these things?
Bro read so much erotica and convinced himself he was that guy. He convinced himself he was like that that cool suave guy with both eyes covered in those adult anime shows. And thought you could get all the ladies, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, Choki said that she used to have one and even named her toy after me, but then threw it away because the real deal is here. The girl surprises me every time, implying that he, as a man, is better than a vibrator. Let me be honest with you guys.
Okay, sir. Wait, go back. Sorry, Evan. TMI. You don't need to post this, dude. Like, put this on like a checklist of things you don't need to post.
That he, as a man, is better than a vibrator. Let me be honest with you guys, fellas. Come here for a second, okay? All right, now lock it in real quick.
Yes, Evan.
You will never be better than a vibrator. I've tried. The vibrators have advanced to such a degree that penises don't matter anymore. It's kind of sad. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's just true. So like, this tweet alone should have given it away. That there is no way in hell that any woman would ever think that a man is better than a vibrator. You know, at least Evan knows. Oh, I am self-aware. Okay, like I am okay with my place in life. Can vouch. But yeah,
Who said can vouch?
Choki is really horny. Y'all thought I was bad. I've met my maker because this girl is an animal. I mean, this tweet is more sort of like a normal one, but yet again, though,
I don't think I've ever even seen normal tweets
are a little bit
like this, like actual
too crazy. And
like I don't think I've ever even seen like an actual person tweet this. Probably because my Twitter doesn't have people like that, but this doesn't seem normal to me.
I'm sure I've made some crazy tweets myself on Twitter, but like never to the degree that like my girlfriend convulsed after we had sex. I would never tweet that. I have never tweeted anything to this degree before in my life.
I never seen anyone tweet anything to that degree in my life.
Here's another one. I just woke up to say I lived. Choki was kind enough to give me mercy this time. And it's quote tweeting, Choki said, let's do it. And I had shivers up my spine, a mix of excitement, horny fear, and a faint smell of death. Implying once again, his girlfriend, Choki, was just a sexual deviant that wanted nothing more than this man's crystal pearl.
Choki,
right?
Choki.
Like his penis had to be made of diamonds, right? He probably had to have like the best penis known to mankind for this woman to constantly want to be on it. Right? This is just the implication that he gave to Twitter in general, right? Which leads to the harassment of other women. Saxy is regularly seen commentating on many cosplayers and fashion influencers posts, some which can be innocent, such as asking and claiming them to be his girlfriend, but other borderline on sexual harassment as seen below. This routine behavior promotes others in the community to behave this way. Comments like these are not always welcomed by every cosplayer because cosplay is not consent. That is true. Cosplay has never been consent. Cosplay will never be consent. And, you know, this is something that I also had to kind of learn the hard way, where someone told me, Evan, you are a big content creator. You have an influence on a lot of people, and you definitely should not say certain things, because even if you don't intend to influence people to
that extends to me and VTubers. A model is not consent, okay? Sometimes I get uncomfortable. Not my community. You guys are good. I like you guys. You guys are nice, well-behaved chat. I'm glad to have such a nice, well-behaved chat.
Act a certain way, they will, because they'll see you act that way, and they themselves will think that it is okay to act that way as well. Thank you for the sub. And so, you know, I toned myself back because I was like, oh, like, you know, because I've been very honest about like how I was in the past, and you know, I wasn't necessarily like the greatest person, right, in the past. You know, I was a bit of a sexual deviant myself in my youth, and I was very open about that.
Says
I
you.
I really back in talking about that stuff, especially on Twitter and stuff like that, because I
Here,
don't
make
want
sure
anyone to get
everyone's
the idea
playing
that I
nice.
like doing that, right? Like I recognize as an adult now.
Save us, say copy.
Like 15 years later or whatever, that like.
Oh, you're going through this with me. We're torturing together.
It was all consensual, but like sleeping with 30 women or whatever.
We're already like halfway in. We gotta keep going.
That's not cool, bro. Find the one. I'm miserable and lonely. You know, like I wish that I only had, you know, one life partner. I would be a lot happier right now. And definitely not bragging about it. You know, like. You don't want to talk about that stuff because some people will think, oh, sure, like, oh, if you can do it, I should do that too. I'll be as cool as you. No, it's not a cool thing, right? So him just talking about these women on Twitter being like, please be my girlfriend, would disrespectfully.
Don't you have a girlfriend at this point? Don't you have a girlfriend?
Rog,
You want more?
The biggest nut of my life. First of all,
you can't have your cake and eat it too, sir.
Day in their life. Why are you saying these things to them? That just encourages your 30,000 followers to think, oh, well, if this man can get away with telling a woman I'm gonna bust the biggest nut to my life, I can tell any woman that. And that's just not okay.
Yeah, wait. Dude, you said before that your girlfriend sent you to the hospital. Why would you want more? Why would you want more of that in your life? Aren't you already satisfied?
That's fucked. Not 30 in a single day, chat. 30 over the years.
Hypothetically,
right?
if this girlfriend were real, which she is not.
Like, are you crazy? Bro, I'd be dead. I'd have a heart attack after 3. Anyway, my point is, this is just the sort of stuff that he would go ahead and essentially, tweet at women, like, religiously, right? And but the freak, he was definitely doing this to exert his weird sexual fantasies. Yeah, probably.
Oh my God, there's more?
I nutted because that's crazy. This is my girlfriend, by the way. I'm going to bust a big one, the biggest nut of my life.
This is my girl. Wait. Please be my girlfriend up here. This is my girlfriend, by the way. This is supposedly his actual girlfriend. You got 3? I'm losing track, sir. How many you got?
Is an insane thing to say to random women on the internet that you've never met, right? Like that is just gross. There's plenty of adult content creators, not all. Check first that will accept your degen come-ons. Yeah, no, like legitimately, if you want to be like this with women that you barely know, there's a place for it. Like people have like, accounts on like the Blue website where you can go ahead and you can pay them money and you can DM them stuff like this and they will respond or whatever. Like do that there where they are consenting to you to do that if they have that platform. But don't go ahead and just say stuff like this to people who genuinely most likely don't want that. Yeah,
about that though too. Like websites like that, like the one that Evan was just talking about, those can like really get scary for the women too, because sometimes the guys take it too far. They genuinely think that the person that they're reacting to on those or that they're talking to on those websites and getting images and messages and videos or whatever. Like there's a true crime case where a guy was super addicted to like that kind of website and addicted to one specific girl, and he killed his family over it because they stopped him from contacting her, and they took away all his money so he wouldn't send money to her. And after they cut off his contact with her, he killed them. So it's like any
freaking regard from me, right? Like it's just not okay. I question why I never bat an eye at him doing this to other women, and I realized it was because he would always only post about the positive interactions he had. So in a weird way, it was normalizing his behavior. Ooh, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. He did.
Yeah, it's women too. It's not just men.
Say stuff like this, and then certain people would follow him after.
There's just some creepy ass people in general.
Talk about if anyone was uncomfortable with a lot of his behaviors. Someone's got to take his phone away for a long time, bro. Someone's got to get this man off the internet. If I'm going to be real with you,
someone got to take his phone away.
Consent is sexy. Consent is the sexiest thing that you could ever imagine in your life, dude. Like I am an advocate for consent. Let's be real. I feel bad I was influenced to think that this was normal and acceptable.
Asking for who's the woman, and I don't know.
Was in on because
I can't understand
because they would often follow after. Yeah, no. So that's
the language.
What, like a lot of people thought as well, because he would interact with these people, like I said, and then immediately after, like they would follow him. But again, the reason I think that a lot of these people followed him is because bigger number, better person, right? They saw, oh, this man has 30,000 followers.
I think.
Yeah, sure. He's probably like not a weirdo at all. He's probably super chill. That's just the mindset that a lot of people have. When you have a big following, our first thought isn't that you're gonna
someone having to say I'm an advocate for consent is crazy.
Is, okay, well, a lot of people seem to trust you. You're good.
Isn't that just being a good person?
That sucks. That really does sucks. It's hard to know the line.
Isn't that just having respect for other people?
I mean, actually, no, I take that back. It is easy to know the line between harassment and a joke.
Why do we have to keep reminding people to have people's consent? Like, just be a normal person.
Is, do you know that person personally?
I
Because
actually
if you
just,
don't know that person
again, I just can't comprehend people not getting other people's consent for certain things. Like, like I just genuinely can't comprehend it.
personally, maybe saying that you want to bust the nut on them is just not the move. Unless, of course, it is on one of those platforms where that is allowed, like I said, right? Like, other than that, I think it's pretty simple. Okay, I just don't look at random hot women on the street and be like, damn, I want to bust a nut on you. I would be in jail and or dead. I live in Texas. I'd probably be dead. They'd shoot me. But yes, here are some more tweets from Saxy where he would go ahead and say more abhorrent things to women. No lube, no protection all night long, from the kitchen to the floor to the toilet seat, from the dining room table to the couch, vertically, horizontally, quadratically, exponentially, logarithmically. What in the fuck is this man saying? While I gasped and screamed for my life.
Me too, Evan. I'm speechless.
The worst part about all of this is that a lot of us saw these tweets and we just let it happen, right? Like it begs the question, what's wrong with him, but more so, what's wrong with us as a society? We
truly live in a society,
and we just let this slide, myself included. like I'm really just trying to go through my mind palace right now and just determine. I would see stuff like this and just let it go, right? Like, it's how did we all just see that and go, okay, that's fine, that's crazy.
In my defense, I didn't see it. I don't know. I didn't know.
The fetishization, objectification.
I don't know about everyone else, but for me, I
Saxy
genuinely
Clips.
didn't know. I just knew about the art account.
About Asian cosplayers on his account. This section might be subjective and negligible to some, but we thought it was important to point out, as our groups consist of, and the people we've taken input from are Asian women who happen to be cosplayers too. His fetishization for Asian women is especially apparent in Choki, who is his depiction of an ideal girlfriend. I mean, hear me out. All right, not defending him. It is okay to have an ideal type, an ideal girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
Mine happens to be white women. However, I'm not.
It's okay. it's totally okay if you have a type. Like you can have a type. You can have a preferred partner. You can have like ideal traits you want to see in a person or a partner. Like, it's fine to have like preferences. It's another thing to completely fabricate a girlfriend. But I don't know about y'all.
Not fetishizing white women. In fact, I've dated women of all kinds. I don't fetishize anyone. What he's doing is crazy. It's just crazy.
What he doing? That's just fucking insane.
Like, obviously not that I'm going to be way more aware of this kind of behavior. Yes, like I said, I think him normalizing his behavior by posting positive interactions are what made it okay. Yeah, no, that definitely probably made us all think in our heads that it was okay because he would only post about the positive, right? I think it's okay to be attracted to certain type of features. No, that's fine. It is okay to do that. But what he's doing is still definitely crazy, right? It does borderline fetishize, right? I'd say for sure, because like, well, I don't know, right? He's definitely objectifying women. I don't know if I would say he's completely fetishizing, because fetishizing implies that like he's only ever explicitly saying that he only wants Asian women, if that makes sense. I'm not defending the man. I want to make that very clear. Not.
I guess, but the only examples that we saw of him objectifying women have been Asian, so he could also have a fetish for them. He is definitely objectifying.
Not defending him. Just saying, you know, if I'm using the definition of the word, then that was what I'd say. But he's definitely still objectifying, which is still wrong. That's still wrong. That's still very, very wrong. The way he was pretending to speak broken English definitely takes it to a fetish level, in my opinion. Was he pretending to speak broken? Oh my God. I take it all back. Shit, I didn't know that part. It really feels like he couldn't tell the difference between real life and a dream like anymore. It's almost like he actually.
Hold on, is Clump even alive right now? Did I forget to turn on Clump? Clump is dead. Hold on. He should be on now.
Trust in the cosmic connection with beings of intellect and compassion. Embrace those who value kindness and growth. Let the bond be based on mutual understanding and respect for one another's essence. Poggies for deep connections.
Essence. Damn, Clump says he wants to combine essences with a partner.
Believe that she was his girlfriend. See, that's the thing about pathological liars. Eventually, when you do like a pathological lie, I suppose if we're gonna call it that, for long enough, unfortunately, your brain starts to believe that story because you've just been putting it up for so long that your brain can't really differentiate from what's true and what isn't. And so you just kind of keep going, right? And that's probably what happened with him. Or maybe
trust in the cosmic flow during the break. Embrace the pause with patience. Let the ads pass swiftly. Poggies for your return. M.
M.
And that's probably what happened with him. Or maybe he's just had fun doing it. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. As a half Japanese woman, there's been a lot of time where I'd go with someone because they'd fetishize and objectify me, but played it off as, oh, I just think you're attractive. And when I realized they only liked me because I was half Japanese, I was genuinely so heartbreaking. That is unfortunate. That is genuinely unfortunate. Like I said, going back to what I said earlier, my preference is white women. I don't only date white women. I date women that I
hate to break it to you, Neo. No, never mind. You can say if you want some.
like, right? And if I happen to like a white woman, I will go on a date with her. But I've also dated women of every race, right? Like you don't have to be white for me to date you, is what I'm saying. And you know, when I happen across a woman that happens to be white, I don't go, oh my God, she's better than everything else. No, I'm just like, I like her, you know? And I don't go on a date with her because she's white, right? Like, it's just, no.
Let me think this one through.
That's not how anyone's brain should work. And if their brain works like that, then yes, that is a fetishization, and really horrible in general, right? That's normal. That's how it should be. It's like, I'm married now to someone who actually likes me for me. That's actually really good. See, that's a good ending to that.
What's your favorite type of woman? Let me think about that. Men.
Story. But yeah, as established before, Choki isn't real. Therefore, all the messages and tweets written by Choki are in actuality Saxy himself. In these messages and tweets, he'll type in broken English to give the impression of a Japanese girl who isn't fluent in English, which is a form of mockery to non-English. Okay, see, all right, see.
Is that low-key racist? Unless, wait, no, never mind. Is it kind of low-key racist? And you are kind of like pretending to be like a Asian person. I don't know if Saxy's Asian himself. If whether he is or he isn't, I think it's still like kind of it is. Thank you, BB. like whether he is or isn't also the same ethnicity, it's also it is kind of it's kind of sus.
If I just scrolled down like two paragraphs, bro, one paragraph, I would have seen it. I would have seen. I'm stupid. You see what I mean? Sometimes, guys, you just have to read. All right, don't be like me. I'm dumb. Okay. For all the people who are typing up the angry comments saying, Evan, how dare you defend this man? Listen, delete the comment right now. I stand corrected. But yeah, Saxy would often tweet about his friends by omitting their name and referring to them as cosplayer, girlfriends number 1 through 6, and so on. This part to me was what was a little bit weird.
Why are you numbering
I
your
was like,
girlfriends?
There's no way in hell that your friends are allowing you to call them girlfriends 1 through 6. That just never ever sat right with me. I was like, that is insane. Like, who would allow that?
Like they're
Who in their right mind
objects.
will allow you to be like, yeah, you can call me girlfriend 5. You've basically like attributed your friends to a number and I guess, I don't know, an object, because you just called them girlfriend. Did he not have the audacity to actually call them by their names? Yeah, I would
With my type of girl or guy, they gotta be taller than me. Okay. I'm a short bitch. I need someone taller than me.
have made up fake names.
Yeah, specifically, I need a tall, dark-skinned man. That's a demon lord from hell. And he had the a big wings and a demon tail and demon horns.
As opposed, like, if you didn't want to use their real names, which obviously if you're like in this community, you're probably not going to use real names, but like just make up a fake name. I have a fake name for my roommate, right? Like
I guess in Danny DeVito, I guess in all seriousness, I do like I do prefer them tall, and I do prefer I do prefer black or Asian. I am more attracted to black or Asian or Asian people. Whether they're male or female, I just find them attractive. But I'm okay with whoever.
I've gone on the record saying this before. We have a new roommate. She's a VTuber.
Preferences tall.
Corporate agency, so I can't really tell you her real name. So I just have a name for her. Her name is Kat.
Big wings.
Make up a fake name. It's a lot better than just being
almost
like,
slipped.
Roommate number 4.
Like,
yes, that one there. Like, it just sounds ridiculous. Okay, like just make up a name if they're your friends. You know.
Missed opportunity.
Jokey mentions his cosplayer girlfriend number 6.
No, actually, my true preference is a little guy in my arms. I like a little Eldritch Dark Lord that's trapped in a little cuddly body to make it into a marketable plushie. So I can kiss his little face.
We're not denying that Saxy has real friends that jokingly calls girlfriends, but in addition to what he mentioned before, the constant omission of his friends' names and referring to them as cosplayers on, or making it to the point that label them as Japanese leads, us to believe that he's lying about the existence as well as reducing them to those labels. If Saxy's back, he will go to boot camp with me again in Japan. When Saxy come home, I want to beat up.
Thank you,
Why leave me
Vivi.
alone, pretending to be someone using his account.
It'll be one
Right?
day,
So
one
I
day.
can definitely see why. Yeah, this is weird. This is definitely
Clump
weird.
is
Why
peak
would you?
male
God.
I'm sorry, Evan. Clump is peak male performance. Clump is like the ultimate alpha male. Actually, he's not. He's a sigma male. Actually, what's higher than a sigma male? The Novather male. Giga Chad. Giga Chad Chump. Clump. Yeah, Clump's a Giga Chad.
He mentioned before, the constant omission of his friends' names and referring to them as cosplayers on, or making it to the point that label them as Japanese leads, us to believe that he's lying about the existence as well as
Forklift certified.
If Saxy's back, he will go to boot camp with me again in Japan. When Saxy come home, I want to beat up. Why leave me alone? Pretending to be someone using his account. Right? So I could definitely see why. Yeah, this is weird. This is definitely weird. Why would you? God, it's so sad. I would hope that he does have real friends that did tweet this. Otherwise, this is genuinely batshit crazy, right? To go ahead and legitimately get on your own account and pretend to be different people who don't speak English very well and are typing in broken English, right? Like,
wait, hold on.
Trust in my cosmic abilities. I'm certified to lift souls, not mere forklifts. Embrace the power of the Eldritch. Let the universe witness my strength. Poggies for the cosmic certification.
Soul lift certified? Is that what he said? Certified to lift souls. Did I guess correctly as in pretending to be... I'm pretty sure he has actual friends. But is he also pretending to be his friends on this account too?
Cosplayer sign or make it to
Go back. Saxy will also tweet about his friends by omitting their name and referring to them as cosplayer, girlfriend number 1 through 6, and so on. Why not just put friend? Why do you have to put girlfriend specifically? Toki being mentioned as cosplayer girlfriend number 6. We're not denying that Saxy has real friends. He apparently doesn't. This is how he treat y'all. We're not denying that Saxy has real friends that he jokingly calls girl. That's not a joke, dude. I don't want my friend to jokingly call me his girlfriend. Like, what? No, I'll cut that friend off. Hell no. He jokingly calls girlfriends, but in addition to what was mentioned before, the constant omission of his friends' names and referring to them as cosplayers on or making it a point to label them as Japanese leads us to believe he's lying about their existence as well as reducing them to those labels. So he doesn't have friends.
The point to label them as Japanese leads us to believe that he's lying about the existence as well as reducing them to those labels. If Saxy's back, he will go to boot camp with me again in Japan. When Saxy come home, I want to beat up. Why leave me alone? Pretending to be someone using his account, right? So I could definitely see why. Yeah, this is weird. This is definitely weird. Why would you? God, it's so sad.
Not only actually, this is including the fake girlfriend. Not only are you faking a girlfriend on your account, you're also faking 5 other motherfuckers on your account. It's okay, Neil. I hope you feel better.
I would hope that he does have real friends that did tweet this. Otherwise, this is genuinely batshit crazy, right? To go ahead and legitimately get on your own account and pretend to be different people who don't speak English very well and are typing in broken English, right? Like, there is something just genuinely wrong.
As someone who has Japanese friends and speaks Japanese, this does not sound normal. No. This is crazy. This is hella crazy. This is like capitalized HE double hockey sticks A crazy.
Wrong with this, you know? Yeah, he has his own headcanons. This man has literally created an entire fantasy in his head. And he is just ramping up this narrative, which is insane. Hell, this tweet was a few days ago. This was 4 days ago, which is crazy. I didn't learn how to speak English fluently until I lived in Hawaii at the age of 12, and seeing him fake ESL like this made me so mad. No, it absolutely should. What year was this? This was 4 days ago.
He's doing it so casually now.
Lunchtime with girlfriend number 5. And here's a picture of him, probably stolen. We don't know, allegedly.
Wait. Analyze.
This was 4 days ago. Literally this year.
Where's the shadow? Unless the lighting is fucked up, where's the shadow of the other person on the opposite side of this? Like, there should be some kind of shadow of a person, like at least visible within this picture. Is this fake? Yes.
Lunchtime with girlfriend number 5, and here's a picture of him, probably stolen. We don't know, allegedly. Where he would just take, I guess if he didn't take this image, that's going to be cool because it would be one of the first images that he
had my God,
that was legitimate. But if he didn't take this image, he still called Vegeta them girlfriend number 5. And this is where his own narrative broke apart because he wasn't even sure if it was girlfriend number 5 or girlfriend number 4.
You can't even keep up with your own girlfriends. How long have you been doing this? You should have had this on lock by now. This should have been like automated in your brain by now.
Of these people.
How did you mess up?
Created such a fictitious lie that he was losing track of his own narrative. You know?
That is what happens. You fuck. No, shut up. You make so many little white lies, and you pile them on top. You like have a bowl, and you get like these grain of white lies, and keep putting it in the bowl and keep putting them in the bowl for years. I don't know, a decade. How long has he been doing this? I've lost track, but he kept putting the grains of lies in the bowl. At some point, it made like a whole mountain of grains of lies, and now it's all crumbling down.
I guess he goes into detail with a story that he had with one of his cosplayer friends. Let's read this in a very, very alluring voice to make it sound even weirder. Although I have to admit, both of us was kind of awkward because we didn't know how to address each other.
Hi, Yoshi.
Lol, but we eased into it once I got a bit comfier. We hugged and I took off my shoes. She smelled very nice, like vanilla.
Ew.
I can't, bro. I can't. She smelled.
Why you smelling her? Why you smelling her?
Like vanilla. She smelled like vanilla. Why is that important? Why was that important? Anyway, whatever. I gave some baked sweets, and good lord, the way.
Fuck off with the fake stories. Trust in authenticity. Embrace honesty to keep things straight. Let the truth guide your tales, not deceit. Poggies for genuine connections.
In Japan, smell is a big deal. Yeah, but he sniffed her. Like he sniffed her so much that he could smell the vanilla on her, BB.
My heart. She just finished making the food, and I was saying shit like umai umai, which means yummy, while eating lemfao. She just started laughing and saying thank you while eating along. She can dead ass cook, by the way. That shit felt like home. We had small talk here and there.
What is this combo? Wait for the YouTube video. Say hi, YouTube. I'm asking my editor to put this in as a YouTube video.
To pass the time.
Get the context then.
I might just be paranoid. No one uses albeit unless they're writing an essay. There is not a single person that uses the word albeit unless, of course, they're writing an essay or a story. Why would you ever use that word? When was the last time you used albeit?
Hold on. I don't know what this says up here. Although I have to admit, both of us was kind of awkward because wait, I need a proper voice to fit the person. Although I have to admit, both of us was kind of awkward because we didn't know how to address each other, lol. But we eased into it, and once I got a bit comfier, we hugged, and I took off my shoes. She smelled very nice, like vanilla. I gave some baked sweets, and good lord, the way she just opened the box and smelled them. Oh, my heart! She just finished making the food, and I was like, shit, like umai, which means yummy, while eating, laughing my fucking ass off. She just started laughing and saying thank you while eating along. We can deadass cook, by the way. I'm done.
Chat, let's be real. All right, I want you to go on the record right now and tell me, what year is this? Is it 1864, albeit? I don't think this person interacts with another human being. Albeit there or didn't. God damn it.
Gremlin boy.
I feel like shit. You were just watching me eat, and I'm not gonna lie. I think I blush. Her portions are so small compared to mine, which made me kind of self. I can't read the rest because obviously this isn't the post. But we'll skip ahead.
Hold on, I got you, Evan. Her portions were so small compared to mine, which made me kind of self-conscious. Ha 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 ha. Something we finished eating.
Her room smelled way different compared to everywhere of the house. It smelled soothing, for lack of better word. It's literally just living room and dinner table, restroom, and bathroom. This man is describing.
Hold on. Grammar. It's literally just living room and dinner table. It's literally living room, comma, dinner table, comma, restroom, comma, and bedroom. Get your grammar right. You're the one with the correct grammar, not or your girlfriends are the one with the scuffed grammar, not you, dude.
In detail, like not only like the situation, but the layout. He's basically doing what our 5th grade English teachers told us to do, or any writing teacher in general, where you have to set up you know, the characters. You have to basically talk about the location of where this narrative is taking place. Like this just comes off as a story, and you know, it's very hard to believe when you start doing things like this, right? Chat Brooke Evans narrative, justice for albeit. God damn it, chat.
Like what Evan was saying earlier, it was like you're like you're describing like this date to a person, and then all of a sudden you talk about the clouds in the sky. all of a sudden you talk about the children walking by and running past you while you were walking in the park. All of a sudden you talk about the anthill. Like what? Dude, get back to the point. I want to hear about your day. I don't want to hear the clouds, the kids, the ants. What?
Don't judge me, Evan. Hey, fair enough. Here's the fun part of the conversation. I deepled a question. Why are you so comfortable to the point of inviting me? And that's when she said, that's really lewd. I'm trying to behave, ma'am. Once she dressed up, it took a whole damn 20 minutes, Jesus. She said, how I look. I just wanted to die. You know that meme where you grip your fingers into your thighs to the point it's bleeding? Yeah, that's me. I got to see how she takes her photos, all the poses, see her passion for cosplay. Then her and I just sat in the bed looking.
Wait, what meme is he talking about here? You know the meme where you grip your fingers into your thigh to the point it's bleeding? That's a meme? I don't know nothing about memes. I don't know what he's talking about here. I think he's genuinely gone crazy right here.
Looking for what pics or videos look nice to upload. About half an hour. I mean, hear me out. I'm not doubting that like a man can have a girlfriend or a friend that does stuff with,
I've never seen it, BB.
Like but it's just the way that this was written.
I'm scared to look it up.
Like, this isn't real. Right? Because here's the kicker, right? The kicker is I have friends like this, right? I have done stuff with friends like this.
It's you know, I don't know if I should say it on Twitch. I'll send it. Okay.
I'm not painting a narrative on social media, letting everybody know that we did stuff like this, right? I've had friends who take photos. And
the
like,
dirty word, Sabujo.
How this looks, and I'm like, cool. And then we'll like go through their pictures. I used to be a cosplay photographer. Fun fact for anyone that didn't know.
I think he said it like a couple times here in all these messages he sent.
Yeah, like this is weird. The thing about like just cosplayers in general is that like cosplay has never been consent. It is not consent. And it was just so weird to me because there was a time where people would try to get into cosplay photography to essentially try to get close to a cosplayer because they thought, oh, because I take photos of you, maybe I can make a move on you.
Thank you, BB.
Like that. And that always freaking grossed me out that people would try to like, you know, get into the cosplay community because of stuff like that, right? And like
I know English very well, Mayo.
Like, if this is a real experience that he had, he definitely swindled himself in there by, you know, I guess, you know, having this huge following and all these other like cosplayer friends, and maybe someone trusted him. Like, let's say if this was real, someone trusted him and he went to their place or whatever. And you know,
yeah, that's like a whole other layer. I keep mentioning. Why are you showing this to everyone on Twitter? This is like a massive breach of trust and privacy between you and this supposedly real girlfriend that you have. Like, did this supposed hypothetical totally real girlfriend consent to any of this being put on your Twitter?
Like, from what I'm seeing from the story, he kind of just used this as an opportunity to.
This is like that Jesus meme actually. This is Saxy and Choki, both the same person. I consent, and then the actual person that he's using Choki's face of, it's like, I don't consent. What the fuck?
Look at them maybe in like lewd ways, which is that's kind of gross. It's not kind of gross, it is gross, if that makes sense, right? We had the same issue in the furry community. A lot of people see us in fursuits and think it's okay to ignore our boundaries just because we're wearing dumb animal costumes. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I'm learning that this is even a thing. What people think cosplay equal consent, that's what's the logic. It's because they see cosplayers who are like half naked. Like if someone's wearing like a Nami cosplay, they're like, oh my god, well, like you're just wearing like a crop top, so like clearly you wanted me to stare at your massive tits. It's like, no, dude, that's not what they wanted. They wanted.
That's why I have a sentient censor bar in Clump. Clump will always be here to censor my boobas. I can't be sexualized if Clump's covering them.
To look like a goddamn character. All right? They're just trying to be accurate. And sometimes they're not even trying to be accurate. They're just like, whatever. I want to feel good. I want to feel sexy. That does not give you permission to go ahead and assume that someone wants you to stare at them or sexualize them. That's just fucking gross. Sorry, I keep cursing. I hate when men do stuff like that, right? Like it just pisses me off, you know? Same logic as thinking you can harass a woman and because
I hate when men do that. Yeah, it's also women too. Some women, it might not be often, and you might not see it a lot, but it's women too. It's not just the men.
yeah, no, it's literally the same logic as going to a beach and thinking just because a woman is in a bikini that like it's okay for you to like sexualize her. That's not okay. You know, it's just not. Coldplay is just short for costume play, nothing else, or cosplay. Sorry, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like people just want to portray characters they like in their own way. It doesn't mean that you're allowed to touch them or harass them in any way. Exactly.
Women grabbing men's butts and touching their chests irks me. I just cringe.
Trust in boundaries and respect. Embrace consent in all actions. Let understanding guide interactions. Poggies for acknowledging personal space.
Aw, Clump. I'm sorry, you're so innocent. It's not that simple. I wish, Clump. I wish we lived in a society where it's just that simple.
But yeah, it's really freaking gross that like, you know, if this was real, he would like, you know, go into the level of detail that he did here for this or whatever. And that, like, you know, I'm not saying that it isn't, like this particular instance isn't, because let's say if it is, it's still gross. And let's say if it isn't real, then it's even worse because he created this entire narrative, which is crazy, right? Because this man wrote a goddamn essay.
Clump is too wholesome for this situation. Somebody cover Clump's ears, please. Clump don't need to hear this. He's just a baby.
Including the fact that she lives by herself. You should never make public that a woman lives by herself. I'm gonna be real, bro. That puts a danger on her. Right? Like, that's just not fucking cool. You know? Bro was horny and wrote a story instead of just jerking it. No, it's unfortunate, dude. So yeah, I mean, I don't even, we'll read the rest of the story, right? You know, like I don't want to read it. I genuinely don't want to read it, but whatever.
Do I want to read it? Hold on. Let me skim read this real quick. Wait, what? She wanted to cosplay Hatsune Miku since it was my birthday, and all I was like, huh? No. Have you seen yourself, girl? That's really lewd. I'm trying to behave, man. Why are you sexualizing someone cosplaying as Miku? Like, it doesn't matter what her body is or what she looks like. Miku's not a sexualized character. Miku's just a hologram. Leave Miku alone. Leave Miku out of this.
Hey, actually, I don't want to read it. I genuinely don't want to read it, but whatever. From before, Cosplayer Sans Bento was just a stolen picture. Yes, we went over that. And in the closing statement, you know.
Oh my God, it's over. Finally.
Possible. If you have any questions or would like to share your sentiments with us, our Twitter DMs are open. And, you know, once again, guys, obviously don't go ahead and harass Saxy. I mean, if you guys have more information, this person is looking for it. But again,
yeah, I know you guys won't do it because my chat's wholesome and I love my chat very much. And thank you very much for being such a good chat. But don't harass Saxy or anyone that was in this video. We don't want that. That's not very nice. It's just not cool in general. So I'm just a VTuber reacting.
Do not harass Saxy. Even if they did all of this, even as bad as this is, you know, like, the easiest thing for us to do, block the guy, unfollow him, and move on. I feel like that's the best thing that anyone can do in this situation. Or, you know, if you are more open-minded, give him a chance to make a statement. And if he doesn't, we all move past from it. But it's just a weird situation in general. And my closing thoughts on all of this is that it's just gross. Like, it is just gross. Like, to go ahead and create this fictitious narrative that you have a girlfriend, gaining the trust of so many people on the internet, and going as far as, you know, making it seem as if though you are this really cool person that a lot of people might look up to and think, wow, well, if they're cool, I want to be as cool as them and do stuff like them. Like, you have a responsibility as an influencer. Like, you have an account with a large following. 30,000 people is a lot of people. That responsibility is, and I know you don't want the responsibility. I didn't want the responsibility when I became big on the internet, but we have a responsibility as creators, as people with large following, to make sure that we make clear to our audiences that certain things aren't okay. The same way I just told my audience, don't harass anyone.
I wonder if his dad works at Nintendo.
For someone watching this, you don't deserve the harassment either. Did you fuck up? Did what you do was gross, and was it abhorrent? And do I want to talk to you after this? Realistically,
no,
I don't. But I also just don't think that anyone should harass you. And I think that you, as a person, need to do better. You need to apologize to all these women. You need to apologize to all the people that you've gone ahead and fooled and lied to. And then you need to look inside yourself, because there's definitely something wrong with you, especially if this is just absolutely like fake. Why did you go ahead and create this entire narrative? Why would anyone go ahead and create this entire narrative? Was it to bolster yourself and make people?
I mean, the only person that can really answer that question is himself. Like, he's the only person that really knows the answer to why he did what he did. Like, was it like an ego trip? Was it just like a spur of the moment thing? Like, hey, I have a girlfriend. Oh, people like me talking about my girlfriend. Oh, I'll keep talking about my fake girlfriend more. And then it just snowballed from there. Was it an obsession with a beauty influencer that got way too fucking far? Only he knows the answer to that question.
Think that you're a cool person, because people could have thought you were a cool person without this. You were a clipper. People respected you for that, and they could have continued respecting you for that. Being yourself is not lame. Being yourself makes people like you a lot more in a lot of instances. And
I mean, at this point, how long's he been doing this? Like years, or a couple months now? At this point, that is himself. He deluded himself and was in that character for so long that that's probably him now.
I think that what we should learn from this is that no matter how crazy boring you think your life is, do not try to make it sound a lot more fun or interesting, because I promise you, there is someone out there that just wants to learn more about that goddamn boring life you have, because they find that fun. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this entire situation. This entire situation is crazy, guys. I don't know if you guys like this video. Hit like, comment down below what your thoughts.
I feel like I aged a couple years. But TLDR for me before I end stream. TLDR from me, from Vana. Don't fake girlfriends. Cosplay is not consent. And just be normal, please. I don't want to come back and see any of you guys in chat having done what Saxy did, okay?